Hello. Just want to talk prep week with you guys. So you should have gotten 3 emails from me. If you haven't opened an email yet, you have to open it for the next email to send. But there's a series of 3 emails, and there's quite a bit of information in there. It lays the groundwork for all of our strategies as far as carb cycling. If you can always refer back to the carb cycling ebook, to read it as many times as you can to have it make sense. But essentially, we're making protein and whole nutrient dense foods, specifically vegetables, a priority. And then we either add in healthy fats and leave out the carbs, or we bring in the carbs and leave out the fats. So we're just cycling our foods based on our exercise. The first 2 weeks of this program, we're going to focus on fat loss. So we'll still be cycling the carbs for all the benefits that taking the carbs out helps with fat burning. So we're still going to cycle our carbs, but we're going to maintain a calorie deficit for these first 2 weeks, just as like a little jump start to shed some fat. I would say if you have more than 10 to 15 pounds of fat to lose, you probably want to be a little bit more aggressive on your deficit, somewhere in the 15 to 20% range. If you're kind of at the middle, you've got maybe 5 to 10 extra pounds of fat, stay within like the 15% deficit range. And if you're under 10 pounds, you're just looking for a little bit of fat loss, hover around the 10 to 15% range. So whatever your baseline calories was when you entered all your stats into MyFitnessPal, half a pound of weight loss per week. Please do not do more. If you do 1 pound, that takes off 500 calories a day. And by us using the lightly active setting, even though we're exercising, just allows us to be a little extra careful on our calories. If we go to active because we're exercising, our calories are going to jump up quite a bit. So you're on a lightly active setting, no more than half a pound of weight loss per week. So that only takes off 250 calories, because essentially a pound of fat is about 3,500 calories. So if you're looking to lose a pound a week, that's 500 calories per day, which is a lot. And a lot of it comes, there's a lot more to it than just calories in, calories out. That is our base, but we'll kind of elaborate on that as we go. A few things I want you to know. So this prep week is just about trying out the strategies. Please test out a few low carb days. Test out trying to stay, trying to bring in the carbs and keeping your fats really low. These macro percentages are targets, so please don't beat yourself up if you're not spot on. It will come over time. I have a lot of veterans in this round. I've got 25 awesome ladies, and the majority of them are veterans. So they might be talking about intermittent fasting. Their macros might look a little bit different just because they have some different strategies. So you do you, focus on you. If you're not sure what that means for you, reach out to me personally. And everybody's calorie base is different based on what they've entered into MyFitnessPal as far as their height, gender, weight, age, all of that kind of stuff. So the grams and the percentages are going to look a little bit different for everybody. So don't freak out if you see somebody's chart and it looks completely different than yours. A lot of people, they know how to flip-flop the days to match their schedule, so they rearrange things. So just concentrate on you. If you have any questions, reach out to me personally. One thing I'm going to change moving forward in this round, I'm going to have a pinned post at the top of our group page. Please post your macro screenshot within that pinned post. This will free up our feed for the information that I give you, questions that people have, and all of that information won't get buried in the feed because of people posting their macro charts. So if you're on your phone, you have to look at the top of that Confused to Empowered page, and it will say View Pinned Post. So go under there and then add your screenshot as a comment under there. If you just post it to the group, it's going to go to our feed, and we have quite a few people in this group, so that's a lot of macro charts that are going to kind of drown out the information that I want to have available for you on our feed. And you can always search within our group for things too. And I'm trying to really be good about sending out an email so you have all of the information stored. So we have veterans, we have newbies, so just kind of focus on you. Like I said, don't get stressed out by looking at other people's stuff. Everybody has different calories, but everybody should be at lightly active, no more than half a pound of weight loss per week. I want you to stay positive. I want you to interact. That is the key to your success. If you just kind of isolate yourself from this group, you're not going to get what you need out of it. If you're like, oh my gosh, I don't know what to eat for lunch, or I'm at Panera Bread, what should I order? Post it to the group. Either I'll comment or somebody else will. We're all here to support each other. So don't be afraid to post questions. If it's a personal question, obviously you can reach out to me. But if it's just a general question, post it to the group. I guarantee you somebody else is wondering the same thing, and that way I can answer it for everybody. So first 2 weeks we're focused on fat loss. We are going to cycle our carbs. Prep week is just like feel it out. Test it out for yourself. I will provide a sample meal plan for week 1. And Geneva, who's in this group, who has done several of my programs, who is a phenomenal carb cycler and meal planner, she has an awesome document that she wrote up for me with her strategies and tons of meals that she uses and all that. So for week 1, you'll have a sample meal plan, plus you'll have all that information from Geneva, which is awesome. Sundays are always rest days unless your schedule is crazy and you have to flip-flop things around. I would love for you to still track your foods, because so many people are so good through the week and then they just blow it on the weekends. So even though Sunday's your free day, you're not trying to hit any certain macros. Obviously, maybe eat the best you can, but this is life and I don't want anything to be off limits. I want you to just work it into your calories, your macros, whatever. We just want to make things work for us. So Sunday's your rest day. Active rest, you can walk, just do something really easy. I'm going to post some yoga and some stretching videos for you. I'd love for you to do those on Sunday. Foam rolling is awesome. Movement, hydration. Please still track your foods, because the only requirement for Sundays is that you do not exceed your baseline calories. So you can hit that baseline number, but please don't go over. That's when we don't see any progress, is when we're so good and then we just blow it on one day. And you might be thinking, oh, that's only one day, but you can do a lot of damage with an extra 500 to 1,000 calories in one day. It's going to really set you back, especially in these first 2 weeks, because we are focused on fat loss. So just track your foods. If your protein's super low that day and your carbs are super high or fats are high, whatever, it doesn't matter. We're just focused on calories on rest days. Do not exceed your baseline limit. And if you're a little bit more aggressive, you stay in your deficit. Or you can go low carb and hit your deficit. That's if you're super duper focused. But I would recommend at least hitting those baseline calories on a rest day, because then you get to eat the yummy foods that you want without going into excess. And even though we're maintaining a deficit, bumping up those calories just a little bit 1 day a week, not hitting the surplus, but just bumping them up, is actually really great for your body. So, talked about Sunday rest day. We're going to post our macro charts to that pinned post at the top of the page. There's no requirement to post during prep week, but if you have any questions and you want to just start and get in the habit, which I would recommend, veterans that are coming through, you can either kind of take a breather this week on tracking and posting, or you can just maintain your momentum and go with it. Meal plan, I talked about that, so I'll give a sample meal plan for week 1. At the end of this week, you'll get that, and then all of Geneva's awesome tips, because she is awesome at meal planning and carb cycling. I think that's it. So please comment within the Facebook group. Within this email, I'm going to send you the link to join Confused to Empowered 2.0. I have my current members still in. I'll remove whoever's not continuing on tomorrow. So you're going to hop in. Don't get overwhelmed if you kind of scroll through what we've been talking about. But make sure you're in that Facebook group so you can jump in tomorrow. And there was something else I was just going to say. I'm going to post all of your resources in this email as well. If for some reason you didn't get your 3 emails from me, you got an initial one with the carb cycling ebook, A Guide to Success, which is really helpful. that just prompts you and asks you some questions at the end of your day to try to figure out what your starting point is as far as a low carb day is, or how do you normally eat, and then what do you need to change going forward. So that's really great to use during prep week just to kind of get you on track. I talk all about MyFitnessPal. I talk about, I have my food list for protein, fats, carbs. That's a great list to study. Those are all whole, nutrient dense. Most of them are. Some of the proteins, it gives you like the fattier proteins, but that's a great list to go back to. The recipe library, which keep that link open because, or keep it in your email, because that one I'm constantly updating, the recipe library. And, there's 2 meal planning websites, Ripped Recipes and EatThisMuch.com. Some of my clients have had awesome success with EatThisMuch.com. If you really don't know how to meal plan, that's a great place to start. Carla, who's in this group now, introduced me to Skinny Taste, which is a phenomenal website for healthy meals. And you can search crockpot, low carb, keto. You can search recipes on there, and that is an awesome site. And I've made a couple things so far, and everything is really good. So that is that. Okay, ladies, let's get started. Take care.